Hi everyone, welcome to Learn for Exam. I am Atrya Roy and in this video I am going to cover the major important points of the new education policy 2020. Now इसका एक और implication ये भी importance ये भी है कि अगर आप ये इसको अच्छे से पढ़ते हो questions will come out of this in your GDPI round. So please ensure that you know everything about the NEP 2020. ठीक है? So let's start. What are the major important points to note? First, the schools and the school complexes will be used for purposes of higher education after the school hours. So school timings essentially 7 to 2 या फिर कुछ schools के लिए it's 10 to 5, right? So after that is done, those complexes would be used for higher education purpose. Maybe vocational training के लिए use हो सकता है या कुछ और training के लिए use होएगा. Next, all students would learn at least one vocational craft. This is very important. On or after class 6 and will be given option to learn more. Now vocational craft का मतलब ये होता है anything that has real life implications, that's like painting, carpentry, electricity or gardening, knitting, some mechanics as well. ठीक है, so ये हर student को at least one vocational subject undergo करना पड़ेगा. ठीक है, that would be somewhere around, जो मैं policy पढ़ रहा था, it's somewhere around 10 days हो सकता है, 25 days के लिए हो सकता है, summer breaks में हो सकता है. There would be proper times in which you have to go through that. It can be in forms of internships as well, all those stuff. Now, they're planning that by 2025, around 50% of the students would know about one vocational course. Next, preschool section would be introduced in Kendriya Vidyalayas and other schools, especially in areas of lower incomes or other disadvantages. Now, क्या दिक्कत होती है बच्चों को when they directly go into standard 1? There are lots of schools, in India, जहाँ पे LKG, UKG ये सारे नहीं होते. Nursery, you don't have nursery and stuff, right? Preschool तो दूर की बात है, ये भी नहीं होते हैं. So they have to get homeschooled for that period of time and then go to class 1. So उन जगहों पे since students face a lot of problems and they cannot essentially take up the syllabus, उनके लिए ये preschool section introduce किया जाएगा. NCC का जो wing था, that would be now under the Ministry of Defense. Next, free boarding allowances for students in JNVs, that is Jawahar Navodaya Vidyalayas, especially for people who are coming from the economically weaker sections. ठीक है? Next, there would be a dedicated online and digital learning unit under the ministry to facilitate online learning, and इसके अंदर आपको e-material मिलेगा which is on regional languages, which would be published on regional languages. ठीक है? What are the major other important points? Now, there would be a national scholarship portal for fast tracking the processes of scholarships, for SC, ST and other reserved categories. And private schools would also be asked if they could provide any kind of scholarship to the students. The head of the institutions would be asked to do that. Then the minimum qualification to teach would be made mandatory to a 4-year का B.Ed, integrated B.Ed. ये mandatory हो जाएगा by 2030 and no below par quality teachers would be allowed to practice teaching. अभी क्या होता है, there are a lot of private institutes जहाँ पे even graduates are teaching, right? So that would not be the case after 2030. A very important point as far as GDP, budget and these things are concerned, very important point for you to talk on interviews and group discussions. The education sector would now get 6% of the GDP into it. Earlier it was only 1.7%. So it's almost around, quite a lot of increase, right? Then the media of instruction would be made into regional languages or local languages or even mother tongues till at least class 5 wherever it's possible. Not everywhere, but जहाँ पे भी possible है. Now this would be decided by the students, by the schools, by the state and the central government. Next, the standardization of Indian Sign Language, the language जो people use who have hearing impairment, for them it would be standardized and there would be a special focus to students with this hearing impairment ताकि they do not feel bad, they do not go backwards while in the process of learning. Now, a very important point, there would not be any hard division of streams. जैसे पहले होता था ना आर्ट्स कॉमर्स साइंस या वोकेशनल स्टडीज में आपको डिवाइड कर दिया जाता था. नाउ दैट इज नॉट द केस. नो वन वुड टेल यू कि यू आर एन आर्ट स्टूडेंट और यू आर कॉमर्स स्टूडेंट, साइंस स्टूडेंट. आपको बहुत सारे सब्जेक्ट्स मिलेंगे जिससे आप चूज कर सकते हो, एंड बेस्ड आउट ऑफ दैट you would take exams and get your degrees. More focus would be given to experimental learning, application based learning and real life problem solving. Now this is something that is very much important for students. हम लोग ऐसा हमेशा बोलते थे कि इंडियन एजुकेशन सिस्टम इज अ सिस्टम जहाँ पे हम लोग सिर्फ रट्टा मारते हैं. वी डू नॉट नो व्हाट हैपेंस इन द एक्चुअल सोसाइटी. बट दिस NEP 2020 इज फोकसिंग ऑन दैट कि अब जो स्टूडेंट्स निकलेंगे स्कूल से, दे वुड बी वेल इक्विप्ड. They would know how to do things and just don't know the theoretical part of it. The next thing, the most important thing, यहाँ पे बहुत सारी important चीजें हैं. Curriculum content would be reduced. Now, अगर आप CBSE के बच्चे थे, then class 10 पे, if you know, then you have somewhere around 6 or 7 chapters in science. When you go to class 11th, then you have 12 or 13 chapters only in physics. Again 12-13 chapters in chemistry. So content division जो था वो उतना अच्छा नहीं था. The transition was difficult, and now since the transition was difficult for some students, they have decided कि जो curriculum का content होगा वो बहुत ही ज़्यादा overwhelming हो जाता है कुछ बच्चों के लिए. So that would be reduced. There would be a special focus on nutrition. I hope all of you know that there are midday meal schemes and all, but वो extend किया जाएगा. And then a health card would be issued for all students. Now, there would be medical checkups, regular medical checkups as well for the students. This is something very, very important. Common entrance exams होगा higher education के लिए, जो कि आपका NTA लेगा, NTA conduct करेगा. NTA is a part of the government itself. They conduct all major government exams and other entrance tests. So, NTA would do that. Then, the 10+2 format or the 10+2 जो हमारा class 12 तक था, that is getting changed to 5+3+3+4. Now here a special focus is there in 4+4. पहले क्या होता था, there would have been 3-year degrees as well, right? And उसके वजह से a lot of people could not go to universities outside India क्योंकि they always wanted 4-year degrees, 4-year bachelor degrees. So that was a problem for Indian students. वो अभी नहीं होगा because the format has changed to 5+3+3+4. जो assessments होंगे वो AI based assessments होंगे. Now this is something very important, and I really doubt कि ये where areas जहाँ पे internet उतना अच्छा नहीं है, strong नहीं है, unprivileged areas, वहाँ पे ये सब चीजें कैसे will be put into use. But again, this will be put into use into a lot of schools, into a lot of education institutes. अभी बहुत सारे जगह पे already हो चुका है, but that would be extended and it would be covered to a lot of schools. You would be learning coding from class 6, something very important. कोई CBSE का बच्चा या फिर state board का बच्चा class 10 तक coding का C भी नहीं जानता था, right? Now they would start learning about coding right from class 6 itself. And there's something very important, I see very, very less universities of India who have an outside India presence. That would start. So best universities of India would be aided to set up their campuses outside the country. This is again something that would essentially bring out the name of India to the outsiders as well. Okay, so this is also very much important, and government would help the universities setting up their campuses outside the country. So these were the major important points to note. The government of India plans to bring a lot of these things into its place by 2023. So keep that in mind as well. We'll just have to see how is it implemented. It's a very nice process, and after 34 years it has been changing. So something I'll give a lot of kudos to the government. Now we'll have to wait and watch how it is implemented. So this was all about the video. If you like this video, please do not forget to share this video with your friends, comment down below, and also like this video. Also, if you're not connected with us and you want more informative videos like this, make sure you connect with us over YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Telegram, and Snapchat over Learn for Exam. Have a very good day ahead, all of you, and take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.